Good morning. Welcome to the verse of the day. We are looking at the new commandment that Jesus talked about. He told his disciples, I'm giving you a new commandment. And the new commandment is a command to love at a higher dimension. It's a command to love in a way that creates a relationship of identification. Jesus defined all the commandments in the Bible. He defines the 10 commandments. He broke everything down to one word, and he said that word is to love. He said, a new commandment I gave unto you, that you love one another. So it is a higher dimension because the disciples are to love one another in a way that becomes an identity, an identifying mark. And that when people see the disciples, what Jesus was saying, they need to have a godly relationship between them that is supposed to be a witness to others. In other words, when you see the disciples interacting with one another, you know that these are the disciples of Jesus Christ because of the relationship that they have, the love relationship that they have with one another. When new people come into the church, they are supposed to know that we are following Jesus, not by the songs that we sing. There's nothing wrong with singing, not by the prayers, not by the all the things that we do, the uniforms that we have on, the same t-shirt, the same, many things that we do. They should know by the love that we have one for another. So Jesus said in John chapter 13 and verse 34, the scripture that we read, a new commandment I gave unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Then Jesus said in verse 35, by what? By loving one another as I have loved you. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one for another. So Jesus was actually saying, I want you to grow to a dimension of love that your love for one another it looks like the love that I have for you. Now, the love that Jesus has for us is the greatest of all of love. The Bible said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Is a love of giving. So in other words, the love that we should have for one another is giving ourselves for one another. This is different from just hello that we do in the church and the don't care attitude sometimes that we have. And, that's coupled by having different cliques and different people attracted to one another. You see, people will be attracted to one another. That's not the main problem, but the thing is that there should be genuine love, and the love of God, the love of caring and sharing with one another. And I'm not only talking about physical things. For example, who did you pray for this morning? Who did you think about this morning? Jesus' love went beyond just coming and serving as a religious leader. No, Jesus died for us. So he was saying love is important because that is what God is. That is you cannot separate God from love. That is the character. That is a God-like character. And he said, by this character, by this identifying mark, the main point that I want to show you is that people should identify us. People identify the church by many things, by the building, by the song they sing, by how beautiful the song is, by the nice things that we have. And all of these things are good. But he said, no, people should identify us by the love that we have for one another. You see, when we have love for one another, there will be nothing, no one can come from outside and separate us and destroy the church. The church is usually destroyed by greed, by everybody wanting to be bigger than the other person. Everybody wanting to be chief than the other person. One time Jesus told his disciple, if you want to be great, then you have to take the lower position. And that is love, when you can take the lower position, because that's what God did. God robed himself in flesh. The Bible says he thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but he became a man. So let's enter into this new dimension of love. And the Bible says, by this shall all men know. And when people know that you are the disciple of Jesus Christ, they are going to follow the things that you say. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.